issue, but obviously it's working just enough to keep going. So straight ahead, I cannot see any dust. So on adjusted time, it's going to be really, really hard.
Oh, you're still in the shot.
That's right, I'm sorry.
What a great shot of the race line, start finish line. Well, Matt, it's been a great afternoon of race, or a great morning of racing. We're still got a long day. I appreciate you hopping in the Amsoil broadcast booth with me. I'm going to let Pam all come back in, but always a pleasure having you, and we'll probably see you later on today, buddy.
Heck yeah, I appreciate it, and you guys have a good time, and keep everybody safe out there.
That's what we try to do. There is John Matthews, our physical race leader in the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, dropping down the Brannick bump. Pam, it's been a great race, and it's not over yet. And it's going to be down to seconds on this race. My unofficial was about a minute split.
Oh, that's awesome. I was over there just now talking to John, and it's
John Rance, which
John
is
Rance,
his son.
yes. And we saw him off the race course earlier. I don't know if we're going to bring him over in the booth right now or not, but I asked him, I said, what was wrong? You guys were off the course. He said they all of a sudden didn't have any steering. He was in a canyon. He had no steering. The steering wheel was just spinning, and a bolt had came out of the steering rack, and they had to get another bolt just from off the car somewhere that wasn't super important and put it in there and
That's
got them back
awesome.
going.
When in doubt, figure it out. I like it. That's the redneck way.
You see JT Taylor right there with the checkered flag.
So John Matthews unofficially taking the win for the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. But remember, this race is on adjusted time. So where is Sean Rance Sr.? Physically across the line first is John Matthews. But this race is on adjusted time. We have 50 seconds from right now to see what happens.
And with them having no communication with them because of shutting all power off, this is going to be very interesting to see. I don't see any dust in that area right there by the bluff area.
I do see dust as far as you can see, and if that's Sean Rance Sr., John Matthews won this race because he only had 1 minute, and he's going to be way over that. So he's going to unofficially win this race by about a 3-minute mark, it's looking like. So that maybe that alternator was giving up a little more than he was hoping for, or he caught up to somebody else. There could be lap traffic he was dealing with too, but it's looking good for John Matthews winning this Big Sky 200 once again, unofficially.
And that's a bummer. The 01 right there, looking at the hoses on the engine there.
Yeah, John Owen had a great day of racing in that old 75 F-150. Had a Billings, local guy out of Billings, Montana. Had a lot of fun in that old Ford, but fighting some issues. Tough break for him. Hate to see him and his co-driver out. Looks like did he run out of fuel or a fuel pump issue?
Can I give you a little update unless you already know? Do you know about Josh Atterbury as well?
I saw him out of the race.
Yes, it was a fuel issue.
Fuel? I saw him driving, so I don't know what the fuel issue would have been because he was running as he drove by here.
Well, he ended up running out of fuel on course, is what I was told when I was speaking with John Rance. But he had outside assistance bring him fuel, so that's how he ended up driving it back in. But he only did a lap and a half, so in reality, he should not have ran out of fuel, so he thinks there might be an issue with the pickup line.
Tough break. And there's Sean Rance Sr. hitting the Yukon launch, but he is over my unofficial time right now. So tough luck. But hey, second place at the Big Sky 200. He'll still be extremely excited about that. But yeah, back to your point. So if you run out of fuel and get outside assistance, you're out of the race. This is a no chase race. So Josh Atterbury ran out of fuel. Tough break there. And he'll just have to come back bigger and better for the next race. Sean Rance Sr., part of the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. We already have some finishers in the 4,600 Spider Track stock class, along with the Yellowstone Off-Road Racing 1,600 class. So we got some finishers already today. We started with 45 cars in this limited race, and I know quite a few have dropped out.
It's been a great day of racing. We're going to be lining up here in just a little while for our next one. And there comes Sean Rance right now, hauling the Mel, getting that checkered flag.
Oh, and look at that, Pam. It looked like a right rear flat tire, so that could have what cost him the precious extra couple minutes.
Yes, it looks like it was 3 minutes and 3 seconds behind. So unfortunate for him, but it was a great race. Coming in unofficially in second position right now is still an amazing day, as you just said.
And in the Amsoil hot pits, there's Nathan and Darian Jones with that 96 Ford Ranger out of Bonners Ferry, Idaho. Both drivers are out of the car. And we are back to John Owen. Got the helmet on, which they had off, so maybe they're feeling hopeful about getting it going. So unofficial 1 is John Matthews. Unofficial 2 is Sean Rance Sr. And give us a rundown on the 4600 class 1, 2, 3, Pam.
That's exactly what I was doing some paperwork